So I can't say I'm super caught up with the happenings of the world these days out of emotional necessity. I've been spending much less time on my phone, but it's inevitable to hear things through the grapevine. And I do feel that we've been in a collective pressure cooker for probably longer than we've been able to conceive. And things are starting to crack open, I think. I'm not sure that I have words for it, but I do feel like most people watching will understand what I'm saying on an energetic level. Things are reaching some sort of pinnacle, and I don't know what that will look like on a global scale. But even on a personal level, a lot of people I speak to are experiencing huge shifts within their internal and external worlds. And I believe the energy of the collective and the energy of individuals is kind of always having this pendulum effect where whatever's happening on a large scale is mimicked on a smaller scale within our personal lives and vice versa. In layman's terms, I think we're all going through it right now. Anyways, I've been thinking a lot about how, especially recently, art and the act of creating with our hands or generally expelling things out of our brains and transforming it into something concrete is so important to our survival as a species. Sorry if that sounds dramatic, but I feel there's so much going on a grandiose level that it's hard to communicate through any verbal means, but there's still a sort of catharsis that needs to happen for many, if not all of us, in order to stay sane. And I truly believe that looks like making things that we can call our own, especially with the prominence of AI. One constant throughout human history in times of peril has been art, and it's been used as a vital tool for survival, documentation, and protest, and seems to always be the one defining human action that we continuously turn to in times of uncertainty. It not only is a way to communicate things that we lack words or understanding for, but it's a reminder to others that they're not alone in the confusing things that they're feeling when it evokes this certain emotional response. Even if we can't necessarily label that emotion or that thing that the art is making us feel, we know that there's something within the piece or within the creation that moves us, and that means that there is truth within it, even if we can't necessarily verbalize or use words to describe it. A lot of the time I tend to wait until I feel like I have this sort of aha moment before painting something or writing something, because for some reason, in order to create something, we feel like it has to be good or groundbreaking, or at least that's what I feel. But you actually can just sit down and make something. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to tell a story. It doesn't have to mirror the turmoil you're going through. Especially recently, I could care less if what I'm making is objectively good. I've just been experiencing this urge to get things out of my head and into the physical world, even if it's not the most cohesive or coherent. Even the script I wrote up tonight, at this point, feel like mentally I just need to keep throwing things at the wall, regardless of if they seem to stick or not. Like, it's the act of making things for the sake of making things and feeling human. Because I think art is the one thing that we do as humans or as evolved beings that will never cease. Because I think the things that we seek out in the darkest of times reflects who we are at our core when everything else is stripped away. And that's always been art when you really think about it. So I encourage you to keep making things if you're feeling restless or depressed or anxious or confused. Just get it from here to out here, and don't worry about it being visually or audibly bad or cringe, because that's not the point. Like, I was using oil pastels last night. I don't use oil pastels, but I did, and what I made looked really shitty in my opinion, but it felt really good to make because I was just going at it. That's really the whole point lately, I think. Humans liking to make things with their hands, it gives us some sense of purpose or productivity. It's obviously important to us as a collective, because human innovation is quite literally what has shaped our world and our survival. So anyways,